The shrill alarm clock tore through the gray silence of Claire's bedroom. She opened her eyes, immediately aware of the mountain she faced, work deadlines she hadn't prepared for, an argument with her sister waiting to be resolved, and 100 little doubts about her future swirling in her mind. She lay still, reluctant to rise and meet the onslaught, her heart heavy with worry. Still, the day wouldn't pause for her anxiety. Claire pushed herself upright, padded to the kitchen, and began her morning ritual by brewing coffee. The house was quiet, save for the muted drip of the coffee maker. She barely glanced at the open Bible on her table next to her notebook, too preoccupied with thoughts of emails, decisions, and what-ifs. As she poured steaming coffee into her favorite mug, a slant of sunlight pierced the kitchen window. It landed directly on the thin pages of her Bible, illuminating a single verse in soft golden light. She blinked, drawn by the gentle anomaly. Curious, she leaned in and read, "My grace is sufficient for you." The air seemed to still for a moment. In that quiet, the endless to-dos faded to the background. Claire set her mug down and, almost without thinking, sat at the table and traced her finger over the words. She took a long, slow breath. None of the week's problems disappeared, but for the first time that morning she saw them in perspective. If God's grace was enough for her, then maybe she didn't need to conquer every challenge at once. Maybe today's strength was enough just for today. Claire closed her eyes and whispered a quiet prayer, letting peace replace her panic. She thought of showing up to her meeting with honesty instead of fear, of reaching out to mend things with her sister, of handling what she could and leaving the rest in God's hands. As the coffee cooled and sunlight crept further across the table, Claire rose with a new resolve. The week was still waiting, but so was grace, enough for today, and that was all she needed.